Hey guys, so I wanted to talk about the Walton Goggins and the Amy Lou Wood interview. Girl, I don't even remember what publication they did it with, but fuck it. It doesn't matter. And yeah, I'm just chilling in my car. Don't judge me. Don't act, whatever. But okay, that interview had the most theater kid energy that I have encountered in a long time, right? And I didn't watch the White Lotus. I did see the part where Walton Goggins is talking to Sam Rockwell's character, and he's like, yeah, I like fuck all these Asian girls. And like, we all know what it is. Like, when certain guys go to Thailand, we know what it is. You're either going there for regular prostitution or for prostitution with trans men. It is what it is. C'est la vie. We know what it is. Like, sex tourism is a thing. We know what it is, right? And so that I thought was funny, having Walton Goggins talk to Sam Rockwell's character, and Sam Rockwell's character is like, I think I want to be an Asian woman. And he was talking about like having sex with all these different women, and then eventually he switches it to like, and then I realized I wanted to be an Asian woman. So then I let people have sex with me. I let men have sex with me. And it's like, ooh, I don't know if that's the case for all these dudes, but it was funny to see it acted out in a TV show, right? So I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not watch it. But I did hear the stuff where it was like Walton and Amy Lou Wood, and there was like some issues going on. And like, SNL made fun of her teeth. Now, it looks like she does have buck teeth, like teeth that's her front teeth stick out. Again, it is what it is. Like, you can still be a confident person, but it's kind of ridiculous to pretend like you don't have a feature that people are going to make fun of you. I say this as a person under 5 feet. I am constantly made fun of because of my height. It is what it is, right? Like, you just got to get thick skin, and you're just like, or you just got to be cool with it, and then you crack jokes yourself. You're like, it is funny. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But I still think that she's a very pretty girl. She's cool. But okay. So they were in the show together, and they played lovers. He's like in his 50s. I don't know if Amy is in her 30s or 20s. One of those. I know she's not in her 50s. She's a lot younger than him. And apparently they like unfollowed or he unfollowed her on Instagram. And then when she was made fun of by SNL, I think he like shared it, and people were like, wait, she called it misogyny, which is, I don't really agree. I think any human being, if you have something that sticks out, people are going to make fun of it. It's society. It is what it is. And like, I don't know, I think it's okay to have like thick skin and just be like, whatever, just let that roll off you, right? But I think people were very confused about like the unfollowing, which is such a weird thing to say out loud. It's like so silly, right, of the time, of the culture we're living in. And then Jason Isaacs, who played Malfoy in the Harry Potter series, and he knocked that out. The Lucius Malfoy, with his 90-inch platinum blonde weave, and he did a fantastic job. But he said that it was the atmosphere there. He's like, friendships came and went, romantic relationships came and went. He's like, we're in Thailand, it's an open bar. He's like, shit got crazy on the set of White Lotus. Now, I don't know how much of this is true and how much of this is just like Hollywood is failing. There's not a lot of TV show, there's not a lot of work. If you want to drum up interest in your TV show or in your project, I feel like younger generations, millennials, Gen Z, I feel like the people who are going to watch these shows, if there's like some behind the scenes drama, it's going to be more interesting, right? We've kind of passed the point of like just liking art for art's sake. because so much of the art is just so profoundly mediocre, that a great way to drum up interest is like, oh my god, but this guy was cheating her, or like, you know, you whisper, you're like, oh my god, there was so much drama on set, and then people are more likely to watch the show. You know, I think it's okay if that existed, but then equally like existed actual art or actual like stuff being shown that was applicable to modern times, but we don't really have that. You know, it really does feel like we either have just reality TV shows, or we have TV shows where it's like you gotta like bring people in because of like whatever's going on behind the scenes, or like even the plot line has to be like very out there. Like I think Arnold Schwarzenegger's son Patrick, I think he had a storyline where he had sex with his twin, so it was like incestuous, I think, like or his brother, whatever it was. But I was like, oh, okay boo, what, okay, whatever. I didn't really watch the show, right? But I did catch wind of like the drama or whatever. But anyways, Walton, it bothers me that his name is not Walter, right? But Walton Goggins and Amy Lou Wood, they did an interview, I guess to like kind of clear the air, because it was like weird. It was like, okay, he unfollowed you, and then he shared the thing from SNL. Like it is like a lot of nothing. But like, you know, people are bored and like society's collapsing, so they have nothing else, right? So I guess their publicist was like, y'all need to do an interview and just like clear the air, right? So you have Walton and Amy, and like, I think it was for Variety, but their interview was so theater kid energy, okay? Huge theater kid energy. Like, in the interview, it's like, oh my god, they hugged each other for 30 seconds. First of all, why are you timing this? You know, just like, I do low-key like hate and love the people who do the interviews that are just, they're just there to make money. They do not care about presenting you in the best light. They do not care about any marriages, any families. They don't give a damn. They're just there for the clicks and to make the most salacious story. So obviously I don't really like them, but it is just very interesting that that's where the culture is at. But they were like, they hugged for 30 seconds. You took out your timer on the iPhone and you kept track? Like, okay, but like they hugged for a long time, and like the staff felt uncomfortable, and then apparently they didn't get there at the same time. Walton got there first, and he's one of those like high energy people. As a desperately low energy / depressive, the high energy people, I just look at them and I'm just like, if you could get the fuck away from me, if you could just get away from me, that'd be great. I respect you. You got your little energy. Your DNA is like half of an Energizer bunny. That's great. Awesome for you. I don't have that, and you and me are not gonna mesh well. So like, live your best life, right? But he's one of those guys, which to be honest makes sense. It makes sense. But he's doing that. He's playing. He brings in his own like playlist. Okay. And they're doing their solo pictures, and then they sit down for the interview, and the interviewer's like, you know, they held each other's hands a lot. They were on the verge of tears. So this is the thing. It's very easy to get got, right? It's very easy to read something and be like, okay, well, I'm not a part of this world. So you just take it at face value, like, okay, this is normal. And you have to step in and be like, is it though? Because like, think about when you've held down a job. Okay, think about all of the coworkers that you've encountered, right? Once in a while you'll come across some coworkers where you're like, man, they were really cool, or like, I really connected, or like, wow, I really respected them, right? But like actors always do this, where they're like, oh my god, they're the most amazing, biggest heart, most energetic of all the people you know. of all the people they're like the most amazing, they're the best, there's this, that, and the third? Or are you just being pressured by your higher ups, by your agent, by whoever's behind you to kind of push this to create more interest so that you get more roles? Hollywood is dying. It is a beast that is on its last leg out. We know what this is. You don't have a lot of good projects. Celebrities are not viewed the same. You don't hold the same amount of power. Like, there are still some celebrities that could sell you a lip kit here or there, and I use the term celebrity very loosely, but it's not the same like it used to be, right? So you got these two people just going on and on about, like, I just love her so much, you know? And it's just like, to me, it reads very disingenuous, versus if they had come in and be like, hey, it's not that deep. When you film with people, things can get very awkward, and it just is what it is. Actors always make it sound like they are curing cancer every time they discuss, like, their characters. You know what I mean? Like, Meryl Streep, and I love her, she's from Jersey too, she is the creme de la creme in terms of female actresses, in my opinion. And she did Sophie's Choice. It's a brutal movie, you know. Fine, I'll spoil Sophie's Choice for you, but it's a mother who has to decide between her children and between which one lives or dies. And she talks about this scene, and she's like, I did that in one take because I was a mother at the time and it was brutal. Did it one take, that's it. That is all she says. And that is a scene that is constantly examined and talked about in, like, schools, because just of the moral and ethical quandaries that it brings up. It's just constant, you know what I'm saying? And her response was just like, yeah, I'm a mother, I did that one take, bada boom, bada bing, right? And so then when you have actors who, like, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't watch The White Lotus. I doubt that it is considered, like, the best work of art or anything like that. It's probably a decent enough series. It was like, and then you have actors who, like, just the way they talk about it, like, him and Amy, they play like lovers that are doomed lovers, and it's just like, you know, and then we planned for, like, the first sex scene is, like, you know, Amy's on top of Walton's character. I guess it's Rick and Chelsea. Chelsea's on top of Rick's character, but at the end, Rick picks her up and he carries her to bed, and it's like, we decided that. And it's just like, you know, there's a way to talk about that. It's like, yeah, you know, they were more like a hookup couple, but then they started to get closer, and it is what it is. There's a way to talk about the stuff that is not so emotional and over exaggerated, but it's just actors gotta just do the most. They have to do the most. And it is very interesting how the story is being reported on, because they're like, oh my god, they were holding hands. Why are you holding hands? Why are you just, like, picture, you know, if you're someone who works at FedEx or DHL, like, you are not going in with your supervisor and me and Dale, like, we got all the packages out for Christmas and we just pulled through, you know what I'm saying? And Dale's like, yeah, no, we really did, like, we were on a time crunch, and, like, you know, we couldn't even make it through on the Gothels, but somehow we delivered the packages to Staten Island. And it's like, who cares? Like, it's ridiculous. And sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need to snap back to reality, a la Eminem, to remind yourself, like, this is kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are doing too much. Walton is married. He's married. And it was really awful, but, like, he talks about, like, Thailand, and his first wife committed suicide, and after she committed suicide, he went to Thailand, and he's married to someone else now. He's been married for a while. But it's like, bro, I'm not judging, but I'm also am judging. Like, why are you doing all this? Why are you holding her hands and like crying and saying that she's the best person ever? And she's like, this girl, she's the next Goldie Hawn. You watch her for the next 20 years. Her future is gonna be great. And it's like, are you being genuine? Are you just talking out your ass because your dick was dipping and diving into her punani in Thailand, and now you're trying to cover up? Like, maybe it's not that. Maybe they just are theater kids who are overly emotional. But to me, it still rings very weird. You're doing too much and too little at the same time. Like, all you have to say is like, yeah, you know, I was shooting this TV show, and it's like, we didn't have access to our family and friends, and it was just a lot going on, but like, you know, I'm proud of the work I did. You go in, you read your lines, you head out for the day. Why is everything this soul crushing endeavor? Like, it was so taxing. And you know there's a little bit of Chelsea, there's a little bit of Amy and Chelsea, and a little bit of Walton and Rick. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Get a hobby. What are you doing? It's too much. It's too much. And it's just like, he was always on the verge of tears. He was always on the verge of tears. Not, for every other little thing. It's, I don't know, to me it just rings disingenuous. I'm just not a fan of it. But I thought it was very interesting. I'll probably do another video where I go more in depth into it. But it's just like, why do actors do the most? Like, haven't you guys learned after the Imagine video that the public isn't really into it? I guess there are people from the Gen Z or younger that are into it, because it's like, what else is there in terms of entertainment value? It's not like you can really appreciate the new art that's coming out. It's like the only thing that is exciting is like the gossip mill, right? But yeah, I thought it was just very interesting. And it's just always, every time they describe each other, it's like, this is the most amazing person, and Walton is the most energetic person, and this and that. And it's like, really? Of all your friends and family, this person that you were on set with for, I don't know how long they were on set with each other, I'm gonna say a couple months, this person is the most amazing person. Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. And then when they asked him about the Instagram thing, he was like, I'm a grown-ass man who's, okay, sure, but you're tearing up at every single thing. Like, I'm also a big crier. I'm not gonna lie, I'm overly sentimental. That is the type of person who I am. So, and it's not even a gender thing. It's just like, it just rings disingenuous, right? But what did he say? Oh, they asked him about unfollowing her on Instagram. And he was like, listen, when I do a project, I have to say goodbye to the characters. I have to do a hard goodbye and just never talk to the actors I worked with ever again. Like, he was on Justified or in Justified, and he didn't speak to Timothy Olyphant for like 2 years. And it's like, bro, are you okay? It's a job. It's not that deep. Go in, say your lines, act, put your feelings out there, and then head out. It's not that deep. Why are you doing so much? You know what I mean? And then he's like, I unfollowed her because it was a hard goodbye, and that's how I say goodbye to Rick and Amy. And he's like, you know what? But screw it. I'm gonna follow you now. And during the interview, he like follows her. He's like, and now we'll be friends forever. It's like, y'all are this man is in his 50s. It is so corny. It is so cringy. It's weird. And it's one of those things, because like, if I just saw it, because I'm not a part of this world, even though you'd feel a little weird, you'd be like, oh, okay, I guess that's normal, because it's like, you're not a part of this world, so you don't know. But then you have to be reminded by other people, like, no, like, your gut instincts are correct. Like, this is kind of weird. And it's okay to say, like, people are doing too much, because they are, like, what are y'all doing? Why are you crying just talking about these characters? Relax. Like, I know that there are some actresses or actors that's like, they have like their roles that they think very deeply about. And they're like, oh yeah, you know, I was really, you know, attached to this character and stuff. And it's like, see, you know what? No, I can't even give them the benefit of the doubt, because like, they're not even the best actors. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Denzel Washington is having any interviews like that. Meryl Streep hasn't. Like, if the creme de la creme are not talking like you look stupid and you look goofy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, what are you going on about? But that was just something that I saw, and I wanted to just share that, guys, with you. So let me know what you guys think. You know, Hollywood is a dying breed. I think so. It's a dying place. But yeah, I thought it was weird. I might do another video where I pull more quotes, but it's just like the whole vibe, it's just odd. Like, just be yourself. Like, what? And also too, like, why did you guys have to do this? You know, like, it that I couldn't figure out, because if you guys are not going to work on any more projects together, why do you have to do all this theatrics? I don't know. I think it's just like trying to hold on to relevancy and trying to stay in the public sphere. But whoever they did their interview with didn't give a fuck about them, because they were like, they were holding hands and they were crying. Like, the people who wrote the story knew what they were doing. I wonder if they just pay them very, very well, and they're just like, hey, listen, we're just gonna say whatever we want about you, and like, here's your couple million, you do you and we'll do us. I wonder if that's what it's like. I really don't know. I don't know too much about that. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. If you guys have any thoughts on Walton Goggins and Amy Lou Wood, let me know. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. That was my silly little pop culture for today. But I hope you guys are doing well, and bye, bitches. Just kidding. Bye.